Hello, my name is Tobal, and we're continuing on with our Starsector Let's Play. We've just got back to Jangala. Doing pretty good. Still have our 4 Wolf frigates. One of them is damaged just a bit. Unfortunately, it had an incident with an explosion and lots of death. We've got a little combat freighter here just to increase our storage capacity and our dram tanker, which increases our range with fuel. So, we did make quite a bit of money on that last run. I think we're up to about 220,000. So of course the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at what's for sale. A couple things that I wanted to look at. I definitely want to stop getting wolf frigates. I think 4 is plenty enough. Once our fleet becomes more diverse, I definitely want to kind of mix up what we have in terms of the frigate support. And frigates are great supporters of your larger ships. You want the frigates there so that they can kind of have a little bit of a scuffle with any ships that are coming too close, and they can have that skirmish and keep those ships from overwhelming your bigger yet slower destroyers, cruisers, and above. So on the open market, we do have an enforcer. The one thing I like about this ship is it has a burn drive. Its special ability is a burn drive, which is a straight line massive speed boost, except you can't turn or use your shield. Not a huge fan of that part of it, but it is good to stay mobile. That's one of the bigger struggles with the larger ships, is trying to stay in combat range. This is fast. I saw the ship used against me, and it cloaks, and I believe it just kind of cloaks, stays around a ship, and boosts the damage that a ship receives to it. However, it does have to pull away later and drop its flux. So it was kind of like a little gnat. I don't know if I'd like to invest that much in something that's more of a support ship just at the moment. Let's take a look at what else we might have here. I think the Hammerhead might be a good step up here. We've got plenty of money right now. I think what I'd like to start doing is stay with the pirate hunting, but also include a couple missions out to the outer sectors. So as we try to line up a mission where we're collecting or surveying something and killing someone at the same time, doing a bounty at the same time. So let's go ahead and grab. I'm not a huge crazy about the Hammerhead, but it's definitely a step up in terms of just overall integrity, shield, stuff like that. How much does the salvage rig cost in terms of maintenance? Not too much. Only 3 maintenance supplies and 2 fuel per light year. I think I'm going to grab a salvage rig just to increase the overall amount of salvage we get. Can't quite afford, or I don't see a tanker right now. So we can go ahead and grab another dram. Let's see if they're cheaper anywhere else. 13k, 13k, and not present. Let's get another dram just to, again, increase our fuel range. I think I'd like to get a freighter, but that's just... It is a slow ship, and I don't know if we necessarily need it. Let's go ahead and grab a combat freighter instead. Oh, here's the drone tender I was talking about earlier. Yeah, the salvage gantry. I bet that is all you needed in order to have the bonus salvage, but I could be wrong. Real quick, I'm going to look at the salvage gantry. So is there any... I guess there's no real reason to have this over, say, the drone tender then. The drone tender almost seems more useful because it has the ability to launch a couple drones. But that's fine. Okay, I don't see anything else. So let's go ahead and grab that other combat freighter here. Leaving enough money for us to stock up on goods. We do have to outfit some ships. So let's see. We have to... I'm going to go back to the fleet and kind of reorder things. I believe this is the order in which fuel or crew get prioritized. Excuse me. So if you have a ship on the farthest upper left-hand corner, that becomes the primary ship to have crewed if you're under strength overall. I believe. I could be wrong. So we've got Dauntless here, Courageous, Respite, Pride, Mule. Okay, we've got him to the back. He's not really super important. Not a problem there. Let's go ahead and look at some refitting first. We are looking at some medium ballistic hardpoints, which are great. Thumpers. We don't have any thumpers. I thought we got one, but I might have left it behind. But autocannon is really great because it shreds shields, and then you can follow that up with a heavy mortar, for example. Assault chain gun is very short range. We could make a ship that charges, like, kind of is really aggressive with the charging in, but let's see what the autofit suggests here. 2 railgun, 2 point defense, 2 harpoons. I really don't use overdriven that much because I'm not comfortable enough with it yet. So I'm going to avoid that. I don't know if I want to go double on the autocannons or not. Decisions. What we'll do here is we'll mess around and we will do a bit of both. We have one of these available for most. It's our Harpoon MRM. Again, limited ammo on a lot of these. Okay, here's an idea. We can put together 2 Harpoon MRMs, have 2 heavy autocannons. Actually, we only could afford one, or so we only had one for sale, so it didn't matter. Hybrid turrets. There's nothing with extreme range. We'll go ahead and add the point defense lasers here. I like light machine guns on the back. Let's take it out for a spin. I do enjoy the fact that you can do simulations for these. So let's do, we want to take down the shields first. We will we're always going to be basically hitting the shields, right? So the autocannon can be auto-fired. It's 214 flux a second. We want to manually control when the missiles go out because they are limited. And we'll let the computer control when the point defense weapons are released. Everything is linked. Dissipation is not high, but we don't have any mods yet. So, oh, it's awesome. You can definitely convert the hangar and literally add in some items there. Let's take a look here. And apologize, I left my Steam notification sounds up, like I do. So if you heard a little ping, that wasn't your computer, that was mine. Let's do flux coil, flux distributor. That should help out with some of the flux issues we have. I will add auxiliary thrusters because these ships tend to be a little slower. Honestly, I don't know if maneuverability. What we can check on this is the hard numbers. That's what we're gonna do. How can we do this? We've already put stuff on it. If we go to the fleet and we do question mark. What about maximum speed? Is that increased? Top speed 88 minus 1. So is maneuverability the turn rate? Or does it still have a converted hangar? Okay, let's take that off. Top speed is 89. Let's take this off. Top speed of 89. Okay, so maneuverability is not what I thought. It must be related to how fast you're able to turn. Or it could be side-to-side movement. Because I definitely want to be able to move faster. We don't really want to mess with safety overrides yet. Well, such is life. Let's go ahead and bump up the number of vents and capacitors we have. I do kind of want this ship to kind of be in the thick of it. So why don't we add in the reinforced bulkheads and max out the vents at 500. Again, weapon groups, we're generating, if everything's firing at the same time, that's almost over 400 right there, if we include some of the point defense going. Now, remember, we're also going to be getting hit at the same time. So, we'll run a simulation. Our ship is... basically worth 8, I guess, for lack of a better term. Let's add in... Combat freighter is a bit too easy. Let's add something harder, like an assault destroyer. Alright, so let's take a look at this ship here. We turn... Okay. Maximum speed of 140. Maneuverability could be the speed that basically when I turn my shields on, all of a sudden my max speed goes down, if you notice that. Ugh, look at those shields. Oh, brutal. Had to pop vent on that one. He's definitely faster than I am, although I think we might have him on the range game if I can play that a little bit better. Oh god, that's so painful. Now remember, we are fighting a ship that's way over our league, I think. Not even way over our league. And we're also limited in terms of mods and the types of modifications we can add to the ship. So that one got just nuked. So let's run a simulation against, what else can we find? One of our other, this is a support destroyer. Let's see how bad we are against ourselves. I wouldn't mind having 2 autocannons. They do burn through shields very quickly, and then we could quickly switch over to the harpoons. They have, I think those are mortars that they're firing. We could switch. Let's go ahead and engage the, oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's engage the heavy mortars. I'm about to be, I did overload, was not paying attention there. I've set the heavy mortars to auto fire, so as soon as we come back up, they should be going. And I think our front damage weapons are damaged here. I am not able to get a vent, or we're gonna fry. I think we lost our engine here. Yep. Alright, let's try to get back in this just a bit. It's so hard to get going. I've also got my mortars going at the same time, but I'm just not doing enough damage to his shields to basically play the flux game. So, with that in mind, we really don't have anything. We could put on some light dual autocannons here and try to be a lot more aggressive. Assault chain gun again, and no, this is anti-armor. Very close range. Let's put a light autocannon on. And we're going to be basically, yeah, all grouped like that. Linked, okay. We want the autocannons to be in their own group, and they can fire whenever they want, like dual autocannon. Oh, it's challenging. Man, that's hard. The ship is just so slow. It's not able to close down and get kind of at the position that I'd like. Hate to even see it. That was a support destroyer. Hate to see what a balanced destroyer looks like. Alright, let's see if we can swing in from a flank. It's just, I think these are so slow, you can't really blow by your own class of ship. I think they can outturn whatever you're trying to do here. Alright, I'm going to come right in on him. I might try to overload his shields and do my special with missiles here. I'm going to engage the special and launch all my missiles as fast as possible. We overloaded. Didn't really get most of the missiles we wanted out. He is just going to trash us up. Got lucky with an asteroid in the way there. Oh, same problems again. So I do like the simulation because you can find issues you're having, you know, before you're out in the middle of space getting smashed. I think some of it is a lack of quality hard points here. It would be nice to have, you know, 2 autocannons on that one. There is something, I don't know if we have it. It's the, nope, it's something about targeting, I think. It basically increases the range of your weapons. Alright, subsystems, peak performance, reinforced bulkheads. Yeah, hard to say. Let's go ahead and just do one more. I almost want to do a standard combat freighter so we can feel better about ourselves, but yeah, we'll do... I mean, I'm fairly confident in our ability to take some lower quality ships. I'm kind of going off the recovery cost. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Let's try one of these destroyers. If you notice down here, our special ability is an accelerated ammo feeder. So I'm kind of curious if we can start using that a little bit better. I accidentally just fired it, so I'm going to launch as many missiles as I can here. We already overloaded their shield pretty well. I'm still trying to hit as many missiles as I can. Pulling off and... Ooh, that's going to hurt. Alright, so for that exchange, I think we came away better than he did. He's still actually really high flux, so I'm going to get back stuck in here. And try to keep them at max flux. Activating that high-speed ammo feeder. Nice. So this build relies on just pure aggression, getting in front, or getting in close and taking the shields out. Or putting the flux so high that they have to keep the shields down. I think this is fine along with what we're going to be using, you know, with our supporting fleet, so that's not a big deal. So we'll keep it as is for the moment. Let's see the rest of the ships. We are just going to put standard. Okay. So here's our fleet as is. Let's stock up on some items. I think, again, I ran a little bit longer than I wanted to. And since we're about to start, let's trade this over here. Get rid of some of these items. I will move a lot of these weapons and blueprints over to our storage. Also, let's try right-clicking on some of these. This is a blueprint. I think the LPC is something you load into a carrier in order to, like, make that type of fighter, I suppose. Like, we can right-click the claw wing and learn it. But a BPC, I'm not too sure. Let's load plasma cannon, ion cannon, and perdition wing. This is stuff that is, those were all producible at your colony, I believe. Okay, we'll load up a bit here. Where are we at? Oh, we have plenty of money right now. We'll buy all their supplies. We'll buy all their fuel. And we'll take all their people. Okay, almost all their people. Alright, excellent. So we're ready and kind of loaded for bear here. I don't suppose we need that many supplies, but what we'll do is we'll burn out that way to whatever mission we're going to do. And more than likely we'll burn off those supplies as we go. I will top us off on fuel. And I might actually go back to the black market real quick. I think I'm going to trade off some of the supplies for heavy machinery just to get 100 even. There are some missions that require us to survey things that need heavy machinery. So, forgot about the repairing. Let's go ahead and stock back up. I know I'm not being super efficient by hitting the black market every time, but you know, we got to pay our dues every so often. So this is the condition of our fleet. We have a destroyer, lots of supporting frigates, combat freighters, some fuel ships. Our pilots are doing well. We could use another officer, I think. And I think for next time, what I'd like to do is look for some missions out farther into space. Ooh, he is another carrier type of guy. So perhaps if we take a quick look here, maybe some of these bounties that are, so see how this bounty, well, this has an arrow, so this is where, this is a pirate base. I don't think we can handle pirate bases at the moment. But we'll float around inside the core worlds and try to pick up some exploration missions. So maybe we can, group 5 or 6 exploration missions to the same area, do a bunch of those, and head on back. So I think this is a good point to stop. A little bit shorter than I wanted, but if we start doing something, we'll wind up getting sidetracked, and it might go on for an hour. So thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. Please leave a comment if you have an opinion, if you have some advice. Again, I'm very new to this game. Last week is when I started, so I welcome any of you Starsector pros to help me out. Thanks so much. You have a great day.